When self-help material first came on your radar, what was your life like at that time and why did you find it so compelling?
Yeah, so I was probably 12, 13, 14 years old. I was mowing lawns. And that was the best way to make money in Ohio. And the Sony Walkman came out around that time. But then one day I went to the library and there was this audio tape that said Think and Grow Rich. I checked it out and started listening to it and it was life-changing. I was looking for some kind of foundation and these audio tapes just given me some frameworks that just really sunk in. And then you can imagine just going back and forth, line after line in the hot sun, almost brainwashing myself with this content. So I just grabbed onto it. I just was at a place in my life where I was looking for something like that and I found it.
Bob Proctor, he's from the movie The Secret. Think and Grow Rich was the book for him that changed everything. He would read it every single day. And he said to me that 99 people out of 100 would read the book and do nothing with it. What is it with you? Like, why did you do something with those things that you learned?
So I was one of the 99% for a while, and I'd just take kind of comfort in listening to it. I'd feel like a little better just hearing the content. But then my sophomore year in high school, I wanted more than anything to make the varsity wrestling team because in Ohio, that's a big sport. And it was the only sport I could do. I wasn't good enough to play basketball or big enough to play football. And I was right on the cusp of being able to make varsity as a sophomore, but I got knocked out by the captain who came down to my weight class. And the only weight class that I looked at and I could make the varsity team was at 125 pounds. The only problem is I was 6 feet tall. And I weighed 150. So dropping, and I didn't have much body fat to start with. So dropping 25 pounds was insane. And that was really the first time when the years that I'd been listening to these tapes had kind of sunk in. And I was like, okay, well, I'm going to make this commitment. In fact, I can picture like I'm in this wrestling room. We're having this party after this tournament and we're having pizza. And I look up at the board and I saw the names of all the starters and I saw the 125. And I was like, I can beat that guy. And I literally took the piece of pizza out of my mouth and threw it in the trash. And I was like, that was the moment I'm going to commit. I mean, it was the hardest thing I've ever done, even to this day. I was eating, very little. And the very next morning after I threw that piece of pizza in the trash, my alarm goes off at 5:30 because I was going to go on a run. And that moment was probably the moment where I was like, I got up, I made the decision about, I'm not going to just lay here and like think about doing this tomorrow. I'm going to do it right now, this morning. It changed my life. I mean, I just started having an identity of someone who could set some clear goal and then work backwards from it. But I can't describe how hard that was. I mean, just eating 900 to 1100 calories a day for 3 years, working out 2-3 times a day. I mean, and once I could do that, a lot of things opened up after that.